1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jumpseat podcast. Hope you're all having a great day today. I just want to come on here and share with you my life reset at 33. I'm 33 now, and there's a lot of things that I've just learned over the years in my life, especially since I turned 30. I put it this way. In my 20s, I feel like every year was a drastic change. And now in my 30s, I feel like, I want to say a drastic change, yeah. By the time I was 29, 30, my body changed. I started feeling a little bit more my age. Age started kind of being a factor in my body and my appearance and how I had to adapt to the world around me. I couldn't lift the way I used to lift. I couldn't work out the way I used to work out. However, my body looks better than it did when I was in my 20s, which is wild, crazy, I know. However, it's just, I think it's your body just aging. It's an aging process. But anyway, I feel definitely that I'm a lot more grounded in reality than I used to be in my 20s. And the best way to say now at 33, what is that, Jesus year? So all my 33-year-old friends out there, whoop whoop. I have a lot of friends who entered 33 before me, and that's what they always called it, was 33 was their Jesus year. And I could kind of attest to that. I feel like I'm there too. I'm 33 now, and I feel like there's been a lot of shifts in my life that are developing me into this big, all right, here's your mission. Let's go. Let's do this. And I feel like I'm creating it as I'm going and growing. And yeah, so some of the things that I live by now, I had written it all out, used ChatGPT to kind of write it out and make it look presentable to me, so I can always go back and read it. Like I said, I'm not the best with words, so when I write things out, it's just like, wait, that doesn't sound right verbally, so hang on, so thank God for ChatGPT, which I feel like is dumbifying me and my own ability to have proper grammar and all that. So to me, it's a little annoying, so I try to limit myself to ChatGPT and AI because I want to still rely on my own abilities, if that makes sense. Another thing I feel like I learned in my 30s is that, with AI coming out, it's just like learning to limit yourself and that. But I really feel like, also, I want to hear what you guys think about this, but I feel like the millennials have been in this transition of being able to see Gen Z, all of the generations after us and the ones before us kind of bridge the gap between the modern world and some of the new technology that was implemented over the 90s into the 2000s and to the aughts. And how it all just kind of created this, I don't know, big, huge separation. But I feel like the 90s kids, the millennials, have really been into bridging that gap of understanding both worlds. Because I also remember a world without internet. I also remember a world without cell phones. Yes, those were being slowly implemented into our life in the 90s. However, I still remember going out in the yard and playing and not having a device in my face 24/7, It was a privilege to have a computer, and it was like, oh my God, look at this, let's play Oregon Trail, And so, I don't know. So whatever you guys feel and relate on that I see that this new generation's not, like, no offense to any generation. I think every generation is so powerful and beautiful in their own way. However, I do see like some things that I feel like I'm grateful for the time I am and grew into this world is I feel like bridging a lot of gaps between these two drastic changes that happened so fast. I feel like, I don't know. I've been talking to some of my friends about that. I want to know what you guys think about it as well. Leave in the comments below. Excuse my ignorance on things if I really sound ignorant and all that. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I got with ChatGPT and I was like, okay, let's just write all this stuff out. And so I just really wanted to kind of go into some things that I've learned in my 30s, or that I just feel like I don't know, growing up. So I want to be able to do this in a monologue style. So I never sit here and read because I'm, first of all, a slow reader. And not saying that to be nasty about myself. I'm just being honest, okay? So before someone says, oh, stop being so nasty on yourself, I'm like, you know what? If you read it like that, I don't know. You can read it however you want. Anyways, so for me, yeah. So I've read this through kind of maybe once, and yeah, I'm gonna just do this monologue. And I'm not a monologuer, so please bear with me. Okay, here it goes. The things I live by now at 33. I'm 33 now, and I don't see the world the way I used to. Not because I read it in a book, not because someone taught me, but because life forced me to sit down, shut up, and really look at myself. And I realized something. I had been giving my power away in ways I didn't even notice. No one gets to tell me how I feel anymore. Not my past, not my relationships, not people projecting their own fears onto me. If I feel something, I feel it. And that alone is valid. I had to learn to stop prejudging people based on what someone else did to me, because not everyone is them. And more importantly, I'm not the same version of me either anymore. I had to face a hard truth. I've projected my pain onto people. I've assumed. I've reacted from wounds, not reality. And now I catch it. I pause. I choose differently. Another one that hit me hard. I'm not always right. And honestly, that was actually freeing. Because the moment I stopped needing to be right, I finally started growing. What do you know? I don't attach to the story anymore. The story will tell you everything. Why you're hurt, why you're wrong, why life is unfair. But the story isn't truth. It's just something we repeat until it feels real. So now I take responsibility and accountability for my life, my reactions, my choices. No more blaming people, no more blaming the system, no more waiting for something outside of me to change so I can feel better. That ends with me. I stopped looking for answers from people who don't even have their own, especially the ones only I can really find within myself. That one changed everything. I protect my nervous system now because peace isn't something you find, it's something you protect. I don't engage in chaos just because it's familiar. I don't overstimulate myself just to avoid feelings, or I slow down, or at least I'm learning to really slow down, and I listen. And here's the truth a lot of people don't want to accept. Not everyone has your back, and that's okay. That's what your intuition is for. I don't need anyone to understand me. I just need to understand myself. I think for myself now. I question things, even my own beliefs, because blind belief is just another way of giving your power away. I stand up for myself and I hold people accountable, not from anger, but from alignment, because I hold myself accountable too. And maybe my favorite one, I turn pain into art. At least I try to. Because pain is inevitable, but suffering, questionable. That's what we do with it, and I refuse to waste it. I forgive myself daily, not once, not when it's convenient, daily, because I'm human. I mess up, I'm still learning, and that grace I give myself, it naturally flows into how I treat others. And one thing I've stopped doing completely is telling people what to do. I don't need to control you. I don't even want to control you. I don't need to fix you, and I don't want to fix you. That's not me. If anything, I just want to remind you, everything you're looking for is already inside of you. You just have to be willing to sit with yourself long enough to hear it. At 33, I'm not perfect, I'm not healed, but I am aware. And that's changed everything. Thank you for my little monologue spill. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's really how I feel about my life now. Just really kind of grown into a lot of these different things. But yeah, I just feel like those are the things that I'm at now at my 30s. I stopped trying to blame the system, stop trying to blame other people. I'm facing my reality. I'm facing myself. I'm sitting with myself and just being grounded in reality and seeing, who is Kevin? Who am I? And stop trying to be what the world wants me to be, what my jobs want me to be, what my friends want me to be. I'm gonna be me, and if you don't like that, then you don't have to, and that's perfectly fine. Like, you can. I'm gonna hold you accountable to your stuff. Like, I think we're in a day and age now that we can really sit here and have the nervous system to understand, regulate your body, and listen to the things that you have done and do better. No more beating yourself up because you did something that your older self wasn't able to do or wasn't capable of doing at the time. Forgive yourself and just step into this awareness of like, almost like waking up and saying, okay, I did these things, but I don't have to do it anymore. And that's all I really have to do is to hold myself accountable to doing better and being better, because those things that I did and I thought I wasn't even me to begin with. That's one of the biggest changes in my life. I just feel like I'm no longer attaching to these stories and to these things in my past that I feel like was just going to be inevitably the pain that was just always going to be there. There's healing, there's growth, it's not perfect, and that's okay. It's being okay with yourself, I think, as well. So I don't know, that's how I feel like I'm now in my 30s, kind of learning a lot of those things, and I'm just curious to hear what other people think once they reach their 30s, how they felt. I had a friend of mine tell me their 30s was like their 20s, but with money. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I had more money in my 20s than I do in my 30s. I just being real. This whole day and age in my 30s, no. I don't know what other people feel like. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of things in my life. Like, I'm so grateful to have a home, but I mean, that wasn't just by myself. That was with a marriage, and even that's crumbling, and everything around that has just been a little rocky in my life. But I choose to just face it all and I don't know, admit my own scenarios and situations in it all, and just become my best self, and just learn to love myself in every stage of my life. Just life is too short. It's not worth just beating yourself up all the time. I think that's one of the number one things. And I heard that about ADHD people. For those of you who are ADHD, one of the worst things you can do for yourself is overthink and beat yourself up, because that's what spirals in your head, and then overthinking starts happening, and overthinking looks like chaos. And you go into this nervous system of like shut down, shut out, you panic. And so I suggest, if you have ADHD, one of the best things that you can do is just really learn to live with it, and then also just give yourself grace, give yourself love and compassion, to say like, you know what, I don't know it all, and that's okay. Stop trying to control it all, because you're never going to. And just deal with every second as it comes, and embrace it all. Just go with the flow. That's what I do with my ADHD. Some people think I'm crazy for it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sit here and take not to knock medication, by the way. Please take your medication. I preface that with this because, like, I personally just feel very sensitive to it. My body just doesn't handle medicines very well. Not to knock it, because I may need it as well, but at the same time, I've been able to kind of regulate my nervous system in it all, and just kind of, I don't know, I've had it since I was a kid, and I've been diagnosed with it and just learned to deal with it as I grew up, and I manage it a lot better. And that number one thing I realized is stop beating myself up over it, thinking I'm so crazy, or something's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with someone with autism. No, nothing's wrong with somebody who learns or thinks differently than you. If we all can understand that, we could really live in a more peaceful world, because we would stop trying to control people and tell people how they should live their life. Live it however you want to. That's another thing I learned in my 30s, is I want to live authentically to myself. And what does that actually look like? That looks like sitting still and listening to yourself, not everyone else. Maybe turn off the devices for a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to close with that. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and have a great week this week. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this video, what you think about your 30s, if you're in your early 30s, late 30s, whatever. I have some friends that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. I have friends all over. And I don't know. I think age is subjective too to some things, but I really do feel like a lot of things come with age in life, and so I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Anyways, that's it for now. I want to say thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Love, peace, and unity.